everybody, and welcome to another week of the Sister to Sister Connection Talk Show. I'm Leticia Campbell, my amazing and beautiful co-host, Miss Twonta Davis-Jones. She's going to be on in just a second. She's actually on her way home as we speak, so she's going to pop in her head in very, very soon. So once again, guys, thank you guys so much for hopping on. We have an amazing topic to talk to you guys about tonight. Every week, we like to come to you guys with some awesome topics that really brings on great self-development conversations. And one of the things that Twonta and I was talking about a couple of weeks back, we were saying that, this type of show gets you back to focusing on you. Those of you who don't know, I'm a mother of 5 amazing children. My children ranges from 15 to 2. I'm also a full-time entrepreneur. I left my corporate job back in 2017. And one of the things I know that has been a struggle for me, especially when I left the corporate world, was focusing on me. When you're a full-time mom, it's just that compound effect happens. You push yourself aside more and more. And so it's really good for you guys to come onto these shows to really get yourself back to focusing on you. Okay. So before we jump into this topic, I want to do just a little bit of housekeeping. I want to give a quick shout out to my girl, Miss Therese. She is our show producer. She actually helps us, move this show along every single week. Hey, Diane, how are you doing, sis? Happy to see you on. How you doing? Guys, please do me a quick favor. One of the things that Twonta and I like to do is like to know where you guys are tuning in from, So please rep your city, rep your state in the chat there. And I hope you guys voted on Tuesday. Yes, I hope you guys voted. So I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. We have an awesome event coming up next Saturday. Okay, those of you who have signed up, type in me in the chat, right? If you've already signed up, it's our self-care event. The topic is going to be coffee and cream, y'all. Okay, it's going to be sort of like a brunch style virtual event. We really want to one day do this in person, but right now it's virtual. Okay, so Teresa is going to actually put the link for you guys to sign up during this coffee and cream event. It is, like I said, it's a virtual event. It is not recorded. If you guys don't know, our virtual events are a space where we want each and every one of you to feel safe, right? We want each and every one of you to feel heard. Okay, so no, we don't record our virtual self-care events. We also don't require that you have your camera on or anything like that. And the awesome bonus that you get for signing up for this virtual event, which is only $20, is that you get a nice little gift in the mail. Okay, and we're going to be unwrapping and unraveling the gift during the self-care event. All right, so again, make sure you check out the chat real quick. Yeah, oh, Diane, you signed out. Amazing. How excited are you, Diane? Let us know. And I believe, Diane, you participated in a few of our self-care events. So if you could do me a quick favor and let everybody know how much fun it is, how private and intimate it is. And we have a lot of fun. So those of you who are like, well, can I sign up after and get the replay? We don't do the replay. What Twonta and I do and what we stand by is exactly what our mission statement is. We help you work on your spirituality. We help you work on your stability. And we do that all through sisterhood. Okay. So again, the journey that we walk through every day, we want to make sure that we want to protect that for you guys. Okay. Because we understand that you may be sharing some private, deep stuff during this virtual event. And we just want to protect, you, and don't have to have, videos circulating around social media as you're sharing and being vulnerable with us. Right. So yes, make sure you attend us. You sign up for the self-care event. I believe the deadline is this Saturday. Okay. The event is going to be next Saturday, the 19th. But I believe the deadline is this weekend. So you want to make sure that you sign up. Oh my God, I heard a little noise. I think that's my girl in the building. How you doing, sis?
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
Oh my God. I was like, oh, you popped right on in. I didn't even get started with the conversation. I was talking about the self-care event and
Mm-hmm.
explained we don't record it. We want to protect everybody. Sometimes we talk about deep topics and we want to protect what you guys, as you get vulnerable during this virtual event, we don't want videos circulating on social media, right? We want to protect you guys' thoughts and space. But as you're on here, Twonta, share more in a deep way, some of the topics that we're going to be discussing during this upcoming virtual self-care event.
Oh wow, yeah. So as you know, the topic is called coffee and cream,
Yep.
and it's going to be amazing. The coffee and cream, of course, is going to represent what's going to be in the sample packets that you ladies will receive.
Right. I talked to them about that. Yep.
Yeah, and not even just that, but we're just going to be talking about things in relations to that
Mhm.
topic, like coffee and cream. Like, what is it about? And I thought about this today. Honestly, I did. I just thought this out loud, Tish, about everyone has their flavors of coffee. I
Yes,
know
I do.
everybody
I have a
coffee.
couple of flavors.
Right. And I was thinking about why don't everybody bring their special brand or their special
Oh,
flavor, and talk about it, and even come up with you have your own special concoction and kind of stuff,
right.
you know. And so I wanted to include that to make it fun, to make it, to break the ice a little bit or
I
whatever,
love that.
but
I
to
love that.
also, to even talk more in depth about different things, whatever
Uh-huh.
just happened, because we just have that conversation sometimes when we get all
Yeah.
caught up. We just genuinely have a genuine talk,
Yes, we do. Yes,
sometimes
we do.
we may have a set topic, and most times we don't, we just
Yeah.
really get caught up and just go with the flow of the whole
Right.
event. And that's what makes it so fun.
It does make it a lot of fun. And like I said earlier, it really gets you guys to start to focus on you, to recognize that you are the most important person in your life other than
Yeah,
God. And
yeah,
that if you're not focusing on finding yourself joy and
right.
connecting with other women in such a spiritual and deep way, then
Mhm.
everything else in your life is not going to work in harmony. Obviously, not everything in life has a balance. Like people like, I wish I had more balance in life. And I always say there was no such thing as balance. Nothing's never equally balanced. It's like sometimes the kids can be going crazy, but something else can be going well, or vice versa, right? So it's
Mhm.
like it's never that balance. It's all everything just has to work in harmony. And hey, Tamika, how are you? She's actually one of my new clients. Happy to see you on. I hope you enjoy it. But I'm always focusing on harmony, and I think definitely, Tawanta and her and I are both married. Her and I are both. Not that you have to be married to come. Just getting
Yeah.
you guys to understand who we are.
Mhm.
Tawanta and I both are full-time entrepreneurs, and we have children. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen Tawanta's children grow up, and Tawanta has seen my kids grow up, and we never met in person, right? But
Mhm.
the fact that her and I came together and built this deep connection, we
Yeah.
want to able to expose you guys to that too as well. You need to get around more women who are actively doing things, and I think that's something that's going to help everyone to actually start taking action on their personal goals in life, but also just life in general, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
And that's what makes the whole event, like I said, it make it so personal and
Right.
so special.
Right.
And of course, I want to continue to be more creative, coming up with different things. That's why I decided to
Right.
do this brunch time slot
Yeah.
versus the evening. Try
Right.
something a little different. And even for
Mix it
next
up a
month,
bit
because Letitia and I, because we have our weekly meetings.
all the time. Absolutely.
And so I share these ideas with her. So even for next month, it's
Hmm.
going to be it's going to be
Even
so
bigger.
acting and so much fun. And I can't
Hmm.
wait till when December gets here that you get to
Me too. Me too.
participate in that. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But yeah,
It's going to be
ladies,
awesome.
oh yeah, it's going to be fun. Ladies, for those of you who have not already signed up, this is the time to do it tonight. Uh,
Please do it right now.
Yeah, do it right now. It takes about a good 3 to 4 days, depending on where you are in these United States, for you to receive your packet. And we definitely don't want you to be at the last minute to get it or don't get it
Right.
after the fact,
Right.
but because you paid for it, you paid to be in that event. So definitely go ahead and sign up now. And I know Therese has the link out there for you ladies to go ahead and
Hmm.
click on that link, and it goes directly to my account, to the PayPal account, what have you, and has all that information. And I would get your address, of course, and ship it directly to you. I know we have two of our ladies. I don't know if LaShawn is on here yet, but
Yes. Michelle and
they,
Diane, if y'all on here, say hello. Hey,
hey,
Michelle,
you
there she
guys,
goes.
Yeah, you guys should already
Yes.
have received
Mhm.
your packet today. If not, definitely tomorrow for sure. But it should be
Right.
should see the day. But it's the packet is so cool because it's coffee and cream. So I
Coffee and
got some stuff
cream.
in there, man. I got
Yes,
some.
Diane. I'll mention something because she has attended. Diane, guys, has attended a few of our self care events,
Yes,
and they're
yes.
virtual, ladies. So listen, you don't have to leave your house. You don't have to worry about who's going to watch the children or trying to figure out how you're going to take off of work. Like it's literally virtual, guys. So Diane said it's a fun self care event. It's not recorded. Interesting topics, genuine conversation, and more. And that's what we need to get back to more is having those genuine conversations. And I think that's why we remove recording and all this stuff and put these
Yes.
requirements on you guys. We just want you awesome. Woo! Yes, you got your back today. Awesome, Diane. So, guys, while we're talking and throughout this conversation, even if you're watching this on a replay, head on over to the link that's is circulating through the chat and sign up for this self-care event. Okay, you got to get in the room. Got to get in the room to really see the full benefit of it. Okay, yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, no, that's all I have for housekeeping. I mean, there's more things I'd like to share, but I really want to focus on getting you guys who are watching this live on the replay signed up for our upcoming virtual event, which is going to be next Saturday. But again, you gotta sign up this week. Have to. I think definitely the deadline is this Saturday. To sign up. So for sure, you received your
Oh,
package yesterday. Awesome,
good.
LaShawn. Yeah.
You got
Guys,
hers
listen,
day early. That's good.
Diane. Yes, Diane LaShawn, do me a favor. You can take a picture of what you got. You don't have to, have the package with your address on it. Take a picture so we could check it out and post it in our group. Yes, do that for me, lady. Just send it to me in Messenger. Absolutely. And so there's other links that Therese has put out there, mainly the self-care event. That's the focus for you guys to be focusing on. So I am excited about this topic tonight.
Yeah.
Like Twonta said, every single week we have our weekly sister to sister connection planning meetings, which are fun, and we really dive into what we're actually going to be sharing with you guys when it comes to the topics that we discuss, because we really want to hit deep on purpose,
Mm-hmm.
because it's the time for change, it's the time for focus, right? It's the time to know that you are worthy and important.
Mm-hmm.
If you woke up this morning and you have breath in your lungs, that means that God still has a purpose for you. Like,
Oh,
I want you guys to do this right now. I want you to breathe in and breathe out. Just if you just moved out of breath, that means that God still has a purpose for you. He has a purpose for each and every person under the sound of my voice and beyond. He has a purpose for you. He has a purpose for your crazy husband, honey. He has a
mm,
purpose for your children.
yeah, Lord.
Yes. Woo! Okay. That's a whole nother conversation. But he has a purpose. And so we need to all be walking in confidence, knowing that I'm going to show up because God has a purpose for me. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
stay consistent because God has a purpose for me. When
Mm-hmm.
you're walking in purpose, which we're going to dive into how that ties into your morals,
Yep.
right? When you're
Absolutely.
walking in your purpose,
Yep.
people who tell you no, people who ghost you, people who you look at you with a side eye, won't matter
Yeah.
because you have a purpose,
You have a purpose.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
You have
So
a
I'm gonna leave it to Miss Tawanta to talk about the topic tonight, and we're gonna dive in on some tips that's gonna help you guys to not sell your morals. Go ahead, sis.
Yes, Lord. So yeah, that's the topic for tonight. We're going to talk about, not putting your morals on sale.
Yes,
A lot of times we don't even realize that we are putting our morals on sale, not intentionally for the most part, but
right,
people take advantage of that, and then
right.
we fall prey to that. We become victim of that, and it does something to us. It does something to our character, to our integrity, and all those things, trying to clear our name or clear our brand, fix certain things up or what have you. And these are things that we definitely need to be focused on. If you are a woman of honor, a woman of integrity, a woman of faith, there are some standards. There are some things that you definitely abide by, and that you are not going to limit yourself. You're not going to sell yourself,
Mm-hmm.
for anybody, right? And that's so important. That's so important for you guys to do that, to put your morals on sale. Do not put your morals, sorry, do not put your morals
Mhm.
on sale, right? And and plus that, Letitia and I, like I said, we had our meetings and we talked a little bit about this, like we had a little briefing, if you will. And I just told her that this year is soon to expire, and we gonna get ready for the new year, God willing, God save, spare all our lives, come 2023 January 1st. That's when everything is brand new, is refresher, and everyone is revamping their life, their schedules, their businesses, or what have you. And so that also includes your morals. There's some things that you're not going to allow in the new year. There's a people that you're just not going to put your integrity in their hands. You're just not going to do that anymore. So you're going to make some changes. You're going to solidify your decision, your promise, your commitment to yourself, and so I just wanted to put this out there, and just to remind you ladies that whatever the morals that you have, still stand on that. If it has helped you, it has protect you in a lot of things, and whether it's relationships, whether it's personal relationships or professional relationships, or just relationships in general with your family or whatever, and it has really blessed you and helped you, even though it had hurted you, because there's people, they like to challenge you. There's people that likes to challenge your morals, that likes to, they want to test you just to see how deeply committed you are. You know what I'm saying? And they would try, these different games, mind games, or whatever they need to do, just to try for you to weaken
Yep.
your commitment and your
Mhm.
morals, your standards. And and like I told Letitia, I said, yeah, morals, when we think of morals, we think about our, when we were young girls, how we were raised in the way about how to, you know, uh, protect our virginity, to the day of marriage, those kind of things. And that's one part of it. But morals is a broad word too. There's many different components as far as morals is concerned, because everyone has their own, they have their own, what's the word I'm trying to say? um I can't even put it, I can't even think of the words. But you have your set goals. You
Mhm.
know what you want, you know what you don't want, you know what you approve of or what you don't approve of. You know what I mean? And again, you being challenged, no matter where you are in life, you're going to be challenged. People are going to challenge your morals, they're going to challenge your integrity, just to see how true you really are.
Yep.
Because back in the day when I was in high school, you know, my peers back in the day, they were dropping like it's hot. I'm just keeping it real. And that was in the 80s.
Right.
All right.
Mhm.
I stood ground that I was not going to do that. I wasn't
Mhm.
going to do that. That was not my thing.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
But these guys will go ahead, they hear that story, like, oh, I heard that before. Yeah, I heard you were a virgin, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? After
Mhm.
you get with me, hang with me, we get together, I love you, girl. Da, 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 da. You know how the whole thing works. And girlfriend get all wound and swoon by the dude, and you know how it happens. And after that, you know, that brother's not around. He don't respect
Right.
you that much anymore. He don't respect you at all because you gave it up too quick and da 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 da. So yeah, that's just one portion of that pie. But there's other morals, there's other things that we as women are dedicated or committed to. So yeah, we're going to talk about certain things of what we should do to protect our morals, the things we should do to prevent it from being on a sale block, on a counter, or however you want to, describe it. Okay. And I'm not saying that we do it willingly, but there are some that do. There are some women that are actually out there, that definitely don't care about their integrity. They don't care about their morals. They go ahead and drop it like a hot right there in the street. Okay. But and there are people in the business realm that does the same thing too. And Letitia's definitely going to talk on that for sure. And I definitely talk on the personal perspective of it. But ladies, we want you to definitely comment below to us about your morals. What is it that you still hold on value to yourself today that you are not going to sell for anybody? Yeah, you older now, you're married, you got kids, or you're divorced, or whatever it is, but you still hold on to that one particular moral, that one
Right.
particular truth for yourself, that you're still not going to let anybody challenge or try to win you over or let you give up on that, right? So in the meantime, we're just going to go ahead and again, I'm going to share with you several points as to what you need to do to protect your morals,
That's
if that
right.
makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay. So, anything you want to add to that, Tish, before we start?
I really, really love this topic because I feel like on the entrepreneurial side, there's always this battle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those of you who are watching, type in me if you can relate to this. There's always this battle of should I do this or should I do that? There's always this battle of like, should I walk in faith or should I focus on facts and figures and data and the wrong things that's happened in the past? Like as
Yeah.
a businesswoman, we
Mm-hmm.
always sometimes think, hey Leslie, do default about the past, what didn't work, what we didn't do, what we didn't stay consistent on. And
Right.
so it does mess with our morals a little bit because we're holding ourselves bondage for what's ahead, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I love this topic so much. Let's dive into the point number one. Let's get into it.
Yeah. So, what are the
Mhm,
the things that which you need to do to protect your morals? Is the first
mhm.
step is you need to what? Shield your emotions.
Yes,
You need
yes.
to protect your emotions. Okay. Now, again, just think about relationships, because when it comes to morals, it's all about relationship, whether it's
Mhm,
personal, whether it's an intimate relationship, whether it's a professional relationship. You got to protect your emotions. You got to protect not just your heart, but your ear gate, your eye gate, your mouth gate, all of that. But how you think about things, your thinking process, all of that is important. Because again, you being challenged you being challenged by the people in your life. They want to see just how strong you really are. You a woman of faith, you're a woman of honor, you're a woman of integrity, and they clap for that. Okay, yeah, that's good, it's good, it's good. But they want to see just how deep or how far you are with that. You know what I mean?
mhm.
So they will go ahead and tease you, by pampering you, taking you out, or saying sweet things, or whatever. They want to get to you in your weak spot. you know
Yes.
and we all have weak spots. All right.
We
uh,
all have them.
we got them now. We got them.
Yes, we
If
do.
you are married, it's the same thing. It's the same.
Right.
Don't get it twisted, because
Same thing.
that, yeah, your husband is for you, you're his, but there's still some morals, there's still some set grounds now,
Right.
right? He has to respect, just like he may have some things that you got to respect, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes people want to play with your emotions, people
Yes,
want to
they do.
play with your heart, they want to, you have to have that spirit of discernment. You got to
Mhm.
know when a person is coming in for real and they truly value and respect you as a woman, as a
Right.
being, as a woman of honor, woman of grace, a woman of integrity, a woman of
Mhm,
faith. Whether you the wife or whether you the mother of your children, even your kids.
mhm,
Your kids can
mhm.
even trick you sometimes
That's
too.
right. That's
Saying
right.
you got to shield your emotions and not dummy down on your emotion. I mean, on your morals.
Mhm.
Whatever those morals are. Like I
Right.
said, it's not just always about your virginity, your sex, or whatever. It could be a whole lot of other things that is
Mhm,
something that you take priceless, something you take valuable.
mhm.
It's based on how you were raised, based on
Right.
how you were taught by your great aunt or your uncles or whoever that spoke truth to your life, or based
Mhm,
on what the word of God says, hands down.
mhm,
Because
mhm,
there's people who still try to debate the word of God,
mhm.
but you holding on to that. That's your truth. That's your
That's
that's
right.
your promise. It's very valuable to you, and you don't want anybody to try to sway you or hook
Mhm.
you up and reel you in into their world of
That's
confusion.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Mhm,
it's very important for us
mhm.
every single day to
Mm-hmm.
ask God to shield your heart, to shield your ear gate, eye gate, mouth gate, so you won't get distracted by what you see. You won't get distracted by what's being told or what's being talked about.
Right.
Especially when you get into these kind of intimate relationships with people.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
intimacy doesn't always mean about, a sexual kind of relationship. Intimacy is just the people you connect to in general. It could be your mom, your dad, it could be your siblings, your cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving is here, and we have said it countless times. We're going to get together with our loved ones and our family that we
Mm-hmm.
haven't seen in the past couple of years. We may have
Mm-hmm.
talked to them, but that's very brief on the phone. But
Mm-hmm.
now we're going to see them, and some may even stay over for a while. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
right.
You know, and
Longer
some may,
than they need to stay.
yeah, girl.
Yep.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's, and they some people may want to challenge you. Because they
Mm-hmm.
know how you keep your house. They know how you set your rules, set the ground and everything. You have a list of things, the do's and
Mm-hmm.
don'ts, what you will not allow or will allow in your household.
That's right.
And so you got people who gonna come up in there and they're gonna try you.
Yes, they will.
They're gonna test you.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna see if you're gonna, be passive,
Mm-hmm.
with your decision, with your convictions,
Right.
or whatever it is. And
Right.
you gotta stand rooted and grounded on that, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I
Absolutely.
think that's important for us now in this day and age. Now, the way how society is right now is so much going on in social
Mm-hmm.
media world,
Yes, it
and
is.
it is really pulling us in. And
That's
you have
right.
to really have discernment and really ask God to guard you, to guard your emotions throughout the course of your life.
That's right. And you gotta have better coping skills. Because
Absolutely.
things in life, just like the Bible says, there's always going to be a trial. Like a lot of us say, some people be like, "Oh my God, I'm going through all this negativity, all this craziness." But this is something that is biblically promised in the Word, that you're going to go through trials and tribulations, but
Mm-hmm.
know who the Lord is, know who you are in Christ. And
Mm-hmm.
it's so interesting. I always love to share this part of the Bible when there was a storm and Jesus and everybody else was on the boat, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, Jesus is the storm, is the storm," and
Mm-hmm.
Jesus just sleeping. Just imagine there's chaos going on, and
Mm-hmm.
there's one person sleeping. Like when you think of sleeping, when you're sleeping, you're in complete rest,
Mm-hmm.
right? Your body's in complete rest, your mind is in complete rest, even during a storm.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, and I hope this resonates with those of you who are watching as well,
Yeah.
when there's a storm coming in your life, in your business,
Mm-hmm.
be in complete rest, right? Know that God is taking care of it, or maybe God is having you go through this to allow you to learn something, whether it
Right.
be about yourself or the individuals around you.
Yeah.
Okay, guard your emotions, shield them during this process, because any trigger or anything that somebody says, especially during the holiday, is going to set you off. You got to be the calmest person in the room. Your children need to look at you, or your friends need to look at you, and your family need to look at you and say, "Oh, ain't nothing's going to get her upset." Like she
Mm-hmm.
may be, nobody's saying that you're not going to be mad or angry about a situation,
Yeah.
but you still got to shield your emotions, because there's
Mm-hmm.
so much energy that we have to project when we're mad,
Yeah.
right? There's so much energy that we lose when we go clap back. I'm gonna clap back. I'm gonna be messy. I'm gonna get
Mm-hmm.
back at them. That's
Mm-hmm.
too much energy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I want to be
Yeah.
like Jesus and say, "Yeah, thank you, to me, God. I want to be in rest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in rest. There's a storm coming. I'm in the storm, in the middle of the storm. I don't see a way out. I don't see a way in. Nothing. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna still be in rest. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna be like everybody else. And y'all all seen this during the pandemic, not knowing what's going on, running around acting crazy. Y'all see there's tons of TikTok videos, all that stuff. You
Yeah.
gotta say, you know what? God is still in control. At
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, God is still in control. This is not the first time that a plague happened, or none of that. If you look through the Bible, you read plagues. Huh? There was tons of them,
Yeah.
right? And
Diseases. A
you
lot
got
of
to be
yeah.
in rest. Is the ones that knew. I'm sorry, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that, guys. You can hear me, right?
Mm-hmm. I can hear
Somebody
you.
called me. It's the ones that knew who they are in Christ that got through
Mm-hmm.
their storm. And again,
Yeah.
I want to say this. I know most of you guys who are watching are like y'all, just like Twonta and I. Your moms, you have families, and there's so much going on right now. And I think this is the best time for one for you to know what your triggers are. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I had to learn through therapy. That it's not that anybody's doing anything wrong to me. It's just that person probably activated one of my triggers. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and I had to learn how to say, you know what, I'm not going to project that. I'm just going to go through my personal emotions and just get through it and not like project or, fight through the storm. Just be in rest. Just
Mm-hmm.
be in rest. Because at the end of the day, guys, we only have control over ourselves. We
That's
really
it.
do. We can't change nobody else. We can't control nobody else. Yes, we have
Mm-hmm.
children and we'll put that firmness in them, but they're going to do whatever they do, right? We
Mm-hmm.
just got to really constantly be in prayer and just ask God to just like Tawanta said, put a covering over our emotions. If you can't control of it, you better 911 God and say, God, woo. There's mid the bathroom for me, I'm a mother of five. Bathroom for me is a private place. I can lock
There
the
you
door.
go.
It's not
Yeah.
an issue. There's many a times I'm like, let me go in the bathroom. Let me. That's my little prayer area.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Where
Getting
I
there,
just have
bro.
to say, let me calm down.
Yeah.
Okay. I can get through this. I got this. There's something. See, y'all got to understand how big your God is. Your God is bigger than your problem.
Mm-hmm.
God
Mm-hmm.
is bigger than that word anxiety that you put over yourself. God is bigger than whatever sickness, whatever it is you're going through. He is bigger, so much more bigger than that. And
Absolutely.
that's what we have to tap into. The largeness of the Lord and knowing that He got you.
You
He
got
got you. Just like I said last week, those of you who are watching, do you think about if you're going to breathe in 5 minutes? Do you
you.
think if your eyes are going to blink in 30 seconds? Do you
Mm-hmm.
think that your fingers are going to move in an hour? You don't think about that. You know why you don't think about that? You don't worry about that because you know it's going to happen. So you don't worry about those things that you know is already taken care of. So if you know that God is the head and the tail of everything, He's in full control, stop
Mm-hmm.
worrying.
That's it. Yeah.
Stop living a life of confusion. Stop
Mm-hmm.
questioning yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Know that you have a purpose, and that's the whole reason why you're here today.
Right. Yeah.
And that's all.
That's it. That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. That is it. So let's go to number two.
Let's go to number two.
Yeah. The next thing that you need to
Guard your
do,
mind.
mind. It's so important that we need
It
to
is.
guard our thinking, the way how we think, the way how we view ourselves.
Mhm.
Because again, you have people in your life that's always in your ear. You know, they're testing you. They're trying to see just how long or how strong you are of holding on to your convictions, to your morals. You
Right.
know, and when they start saying certain things to you, then of course you're going to regurgitate in your mind, and that's going to slow you down a bit, right? And then you're going to
Mhm.
debate on that, and then you're going to try to negotiate on that. Now let's go back
Right.
to virginity situation. When I was in college, I held my conviction. It wasn't
Yeah.
easy, but I held on to my conviction.
Right.
But I had boyfriends at the time that
Yeah.
they thought, I thought they respected me, but they really didn't respect me
Yeah.
because they tried me, right?
Yeah.
And they gave me an ultimatum.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, I love you. You're the only one. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
And they like, if you don't, if you, who, if you don't, we don't make this a special night, then then I don't know where this relationship gonna go. And especially if I, gave my heart to them, not my, what, you know,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
what else, and I
Yep.
was really torn. And then
Yeah.
I started to think of what that person
Right.
said,
Yeah.
and he made me feel some kind of way.
Some kind of way, trying to change your mind. Yep.
Exactly. He was
Yep.
changing had me to double down on myself, on my
Right.
integrity of who I am and who I wanted to be, and all of those things, because it was very special. It was very important to me. But I was also, attracted to this guy. I
Right.
was in love with this guy, and
Right. Right.
I thought he will understand. And he's a church dude, all that
Uh-huh.
stuff. But at the end of the day, Man, please. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not
Right.
giving my because this is something that I made a promise to God, to my
Mhm.
mom, and to myself.
That's
And
right.
I'm sorry. I told this to my friends and girls back in the day. I said, listen, because they would ask me like, how did you do it? How did you do it
Right,
like that?
right.
You know?
Yeah,
That back
yeah.
in the day, I told him like I just made a decision.
Made a
You know,
decision. You made a choice. Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
made a choice. I made a decision, and as you get older and you become more independent, then
Right,
that decision becomes even more challenging because again, with the people that you fellowship with, and it's not
right.
even just so much about that boyfriend situation. It's even your besties, your best
Your
friends, or
besties,
it's
they
just
all could be
real.
doing things that you just falls outside of your morals.
Exactly,
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah,
And you got to understand that, now you got to look at the integrity of that friendship,
that's
you
right.
know, because if they truly love you as a sister friend, they respect you as a woman, then they shouldn't dare debate with
They
you
should
or
not dare debate.
or
Hmm.
challenge you based on your morals, based on the side of your body or whatever it is, and then they're gonna have an ultimatum. Like,
Yeah.
girl, if you don't do this, then I ain't hanging with you because you
Uh-huh.
always, da 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 da. Well, then don't hang then.
They don't
Don't.
hang it. You don't need to. I mean, you can have a friend that's walking a different path, but still respects your path. And I think that's important
Exactly.
that, you still understand that. Going to what you're talking about is bigger than, I want you guys watching to realize what Tawanta saying is like every whether we were little girls or adult women, we all battle with temptation,
We
right?
do.
It's a
Yes.
real thing. It's like, yes, there's peer pressure. Yes, there's people that got their own opinions that they put on you, but it's the temptation. Jesus was tempted. He was
Yeah.
on that mountain, the devil came down. He was like, you know what?
Yeah.
If you jump, I got you now. Just so you know, I got you. Right? You know, you know? I don't be saying it like that, but I'm just, putting it in my
Right.
head, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's temptation. Somebody's trying to dangle something nice in front of your face. Something
Mm-hmm.
amazing, something better than what morals you stood for yourself. But we gotta overcome that. And I think for you, Tawanta, the reason why you held on to that because you knew what your flower was worth.
Yeah.
And,
Exactly.
for me as a mother, I have an older son. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, he had little girls in school that like him.
Yeah.
And I have to explain, like my dad did.
Mm-hmm.
I held on for my husband.
Yeah.
But for me, yes, I was tempted, honey, because I was a little fine, little hot thing back then. But
You still
I
fine,
still,
girl. Come on.
yes, honey, yes. For me, what my dad taught me is why my flower is so important. And I
Yes.
think
Yeah.
instead of us as moms, as dads, or whatever,
Yeah.
tell them not to do it, tell them why. Like I
Yeah.
tell myself, why you want to get in a relationship in high school? Y'all ain't gonna be together after high
Mm-hmm.
school. Y'all ain't like you're gonna go on with your life. You're gonna, it doesn't make
Right.
any sense to me.
Right. Right. Right.
And I explained to him why. So now he understands, all right, my mom wants me to focus on the school. She doesn't
Yeah.
want girls to be a distraction, which they totally can.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that girl probably talking to you and the other boy and the other boy. He's like, no, she's not. He found out she is. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
ain't you glad you didn't dive into that situation and have to find?
Come
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Oh, and look, hi, Miss Cal. Like,
Mm-hmm.
don't say
Mm-hmm.
hi to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you are. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like that's the thing, guys, with your mind and your mental state and all the things. It's important that you guard it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's like that conscious and subconscious mind. I mean, I don't know a lot about it, but I know that subconsciously we're always thinking about the negative, the bad, the
Yeah.
doom, the gloom, the past, and all that stuff. Our
Right.
minds
Right.
just naturally goes through that throughout the day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it says this even in the Bible. You have to put those things, put the armor on you. You have to put it
Very
on.
true. Absolutely.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
No one's gonna, be on your side out of your bed. Like I wish I could wake up every morning. ET is right there, like, oh girl, get the Eric Thompson, go on, you got this, come on, get it done, but we don't have that. I don't have
Right.
that, right? So
Right.
we
Right.
gotta
Right.
Put it on through prayer, do looking at positive things. Y'all stop surfing on social media. And I'm saying this because I've been guilty of it myself. Because ain't
Yeah.
nothing there but doom and gloom. Ain't nothing there but things that's going to get you into a negative space,
Yeah.
right?
Drama.
And any crack that you leave for the devil to seek through, he gonna seek through it. Here's the thing, y'all. More than anything, the devil wants to occupy your territory.
Mm.
So if right now you're worried, you have anxiety, you're stressed out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too, right? You are allowing the devil to occupy your territory.
Yeah.
You're allowing that. But if you're putting positive things, if you say, Lord, I don't know how it's going to work out, but I know without a doubt it's going to work out. And you actually go online or you watch videos of people who have gotten through whatever it is that you're going through right now. You are occupying your territory with Jesus. You say, come on, Jesus, move on in. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Mm-hmm.
You can stay as long as you want,
Right.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
when you allow all these outside negative things to come in, you just letting the devil take over your territory. And the longer he can take over your territory, the
Mm-hmm.
better chance he has to get you to pause your business, get you to pause whatever it is you have going on in life, all that. All that. It's gonna
Exactly.
occupy your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're right about that. Absolutely. Yeah. And we have to, and this is not just for that moment where you are feeling the pressure. This is something you have to do every single day. Every single day you are being challenged all the time. You're being challenged in your household, you're being challenged when you at work, you're being challenged with your neighbors, you're being challenged all the time. And so you definitely need to make sure that your morals here's the thing about morals. It's something that is of value. It's great value to you, and you would do whatever means necessary to protect what is valuable to you. That's how much that's how valuable or how sacred your morals should be. And so for me growing up, and committing to myself, to God and my mom about being a virgin today, I'm married, which I did at the age of 32. And I don't have a problem sharing that testimony, because there are single women today that are not married yet and they are virgins, but some may not want to verbally express that because they don't want to be the oddball. Girl, be the oddball. Okay, because I guarantee you, those who had given it up, they wish they had it back. All right, and so you don't need to be ashamed of your position, of of your morals, because you know how valuable, how precious, how important it is to you, right? And you will do by whatever means necessary to protect that, right? Protecting you, protecting your heart, protecting your future. All of that coincides with what is to come, for that tomorrow. So guarding your mind, and blocking all the naysayers, all those haters, all whatever, you got to do that on a daily basis. And you can't do it on your own. You can't just do it in the fleshy way. You need God help for that. You know what I'm saying? God, my mind. And how you do that, he will infuse, his words in your mind. He will give you something, your favorite verse of your scripture or something, or a favorite song that you like to listen to every now and then. He may put that in your memory bank, and you're like, oh, I love Kirk Franklin's Smile, or something that you enjoy listening to. He may put that in your mind, and you ain't listened to a radio at all that day, but for some reason that song pops up in your head, and you just start humming, and you going on about your day, you going on with your plan for the day or whatever, but then that song pops up back in your brain again. And then you like, what, let me go find it on YouTube, or let me go play it on my CD or whatever. And you just get caught up, because now you starting to feel something. You starting to feel a little different. You start to feel more energized. You starting to feel more positive. Whatever that song is, it's doing something positive for you. So you don't get stuck into your battlefield of the mind, contemplating whether or not should you go ahead and open up the gates and let people go ahead and steal your flowers, or just go ahead and keep that thing on lockdown, until that person that God has assigned for your life, won't abuse or
That's
tamper
right.
with that's something that is so very sacred to you.
Very true.
Makes sense, if that makes sense,
Spot
right?
on.
Yeah.
Spot on.
So let's
Spot
go to
on.
number three. So what are the other points that we need to, protect ourselves, as far as our morals? Strengthen your relationship with God.
That's
That
right.
is so important. That is the first thing that we need to be doing on a daily basis anyway, is strengthening our relationship with Him. Everyone has their own unique way or how they talk with God. Everybody has, and sometimes that could be a challenge too, because some of us think we got to go to God and like we're in the convent or something.
They talk so eloquently
Yeah,
to
exactly.
him. And you don't even talk like that in real life.
You
Like,
show
come
enough,
on.
though, girl. we,
Yes,
we make it so complicated.
we
We add
do.
too much into it. But we just have a genuine conversation with Him, just like you
Conversation.
would have a genuine conversation with your home girl.
Right, right. Come as you are.
Yeah, just come as you are, tell him what's on your heart, but also be open to receive what he wants to put in your heart.
That's right.
Okay.
Listen.
It's not just a monologue, it's a dialogue. So
Right,
you
right,
go ahead and confess, you go ahead and share, you go ahead and let him know what's going on, how you feel about things or whatever, but also just have a quiet moment of that time, that day, or that hour,
right.
to allow him to minister to you,
That's
so he
right.
can tell you what you need to do, what
Hmm.
what you need not to do when
That's
it
right.
comes to your morals. Your
Hmm.
morals could be about your faith. You
Yes.
know that's something very special, something very precious for you,
Hmm.
because it took you a while to get to that level of your faith.
Exactly.
Truly
Hmm.
have faith in Him, because you've been through some stuff. You know what
That's
I
right.
mean? You've been
That's right.
challenged by a lot of things, and you finally elevated to that point where now that relationship between you and Him is very special and very important.
Oh,
But you got
yes.
people in your life, family, friends, or foe, that want to go ahead and debate that,
Yeah.
because some
Yeah.
already know about your challenges,
Yep.
and they're going to question you about your faith with God. Well, if you believe God so much, then why did he let you have cancer?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If you trust him so much, then why did he allow your man to divorce you and go with
Yep.
that 19-year-old or
Right. Right.
whatever? You know what I'm trying to say, right? And that's what I mean. Just why what I said on the first point, the second point about regarding your mind, it's
Yeah.
again it's the same thing where people are going to start saying all kinds of stuff. But this is where, when you have that conversation with God, that's when your relationship is becoming more solidified, because now you know what His Word is saying about, based on that situation,
Right.
or issue that you may be going through. It doesn't always have to be a personal issue. It could be a professional issue, you
Right.
know. And that's about morals and integrity too, because there's a lot of corporate companies, they have that mandate or doctrine, if you will, about integrity and morals, how they want things done when it comes to the co-workers or with the clients or what have you. Am I right or wrong? And I know
Yeah.
Letitia's gonna
Yeah. Like
probably.
standard operating procedures. Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
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 And
You need
so
those
those
things.
are things that, the enemy doesn't want you to be committed on that.
Right.
He wants you to break rules. He wants you
Right.
to do that. And you got to stand rooted and grounded,
Yep.
because God ain't breaking no rules.
That's
His
right.
word is it. You know what I'm saying? And He will help you with those areas in your life,
You sure
and
will.
help you through that challenge when you are being tempted, or when you are being tested, or and it could be really a pressure too,
Hmm.
because you at this point in your life where you're ready to elevate, you're ready to upgrade or whatever, and then you get all of these different things come in your direction, and you're like,
Right.
God, what do what, I don't know, and I don't want to hurt anybody or be in
Hmm.
competition with anybody or do anything that's totally against my morals.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
God, I need your help. I need your
Absolutely.
advice, right? What
Mhm.
do you think, Tish? What do you think?
I totally understand. It's like you got to have more conversations with God. That's going to definitely help you to strengthen your relationship. And here's the thing, you know, God is like your weapon for warfare. It's like you are literally going through to the creator, to the person who has ultimate control of everything in your life, spiritually, mentally, everything. So you gotta like, just like, going to the altar is not just for every Sunday. You gotta do that every day, like multiple times a day, if you can. And for those of you who struggle with prayer or struggling to know how to pray, there's tons of prayer videos or prayer challenges and things like that you can join. Because I can understand why sometimes people who are really deep in the church, especially growing up, can sort of make it overcomplicated. And it's good to know and understand that, you know, your relationship is God is your relationship with God. It's not going to be the same
Right.
as your
Yeah.
husband's or your children's or
Right. Yep.
whatever. I mean,
Mm.
prayer is prayer, but prayer is different for everyone.
It is.
Um, for me, and this is just my method, I do a lot of listening
Mm.
because I say this all the time. What God brings me in the spirit, He
Mm-hmm.
confirms in the flesh. It's happened to me multiple times throughout this year, even just recently. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, I have a two-way street with
Mm-hmm.
God. Is like, I want you to hear me, but I also want to hear you. And I
Mm-hmm.
want to hear what it is you have for my life, or what you is telling me, or what direction you need me to go towards.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm always going to stay obedient to what God says. Yes, I am a true woman of God who always sometimes has questions and wonders and trying to figure out like where you're taking me right now and why am I feeling this way,
Yeah.
or why am I feeling this emotions right now. And it's weird, like I could literally be sitting next to somebody and I could just literally feel whatever vibe they're giving. And I feel like God gave me that gift because He allows me now to really focus on
Mm-hmm.
connecting with the right spirit, not just the
Mm-hmm.
person, but the
Mm-hmm.
spirit of that person. Because people, sometimes when you meet them for the first time, especially in business, they're going to put on whatever mask they're going to put on, right?
Yeah.
But to really know the person spiritually in such a deep way, that you're getting through all that nonsense and focusing on the soul. And,
Mm-hmm.
and, and that's a major part in building your relationship with God. It's like, God, let me see like sight beyond sight. It's like what my dad used to say: when you're driving, don't just look at the person in front of you, look at the car in front of the car in front of you, because if he stops, then you gotta,
Yeah.
and it's a collision, right?
Right.
And it's like that sight beyond sight is that, let me see beyond what's in front of me. I want to
Mm-hmm.
see bigger than, what it is that you're trying to expose me to, because I'm ready for it. You got to tell God that, I'm ready, So it's like, and I had this conversation with my clients the other day. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, if you want more, right, you got
Mm-hmm.
to, work at a high spiritual level. It's like you want to get up here, but your efforts are down here,
Yeah.
right? You want God to do these great, big, massive things for you, but your relationship with God is down here.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to work your way up, like what Twonta and I are saying, through prayer, through meditation, through listening to what God is trying to tell you,
Mm-hmm.
to listening to the signs of confirmation for you. Because
Mm-hmm.
especially in business, there's always going to be someone or something that's trying to count you out. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I'm a Black woman with 5 children. Everything in the world is trying to, everything in the physical, let me say that, is
Mm-hmm.
trying to count me out. Everything in the physical is trying to come against me. That's just life. It's just a position I play in life. The same thing for all you who are watching. But when you are operating in the spirit every single day, you don't
Yeah.
see none of that negative stuff so much. You don't allow it to come in, right? You know that you have a purpose and there are bigger and larger things for you in life, and you have impact and you have influence. All of you have influence. You just got to
Mm-hmm.
tap into it, right? You're
Ex-
influential to millions of people out there. You just got to tap into it and say,
mm.
God, give me access, grant me access, even though I don't see how it's going to work out now, even though I don't know where I'm going to end up. Please grant
Mhm.
me access so I can. So everything you guys doing, though, even if you have a business, type in me if you have a business right now.
Mhm.
Your business is someone's saving grace.
Mhm.
Your opportunity is somebody's lifesaver, right? For the very first time, I mean, I've gotten tons of testimonials from clients, but the one that stood out and I will always remember is the day I died is a client telling me, Leticia, you saved me from suicide.
Mm. That's
That's
powerful.
huge.
That
Okay,
is huge.
that's huge. Sometimes we don't even know what people are going through in life, right? We have this sense of blind influence that you don't even know the gift you got. You just, working in your greatness, right? You're like, I'm not trying to get an ego. I'm not trying to think I'm the expert. I just know it all. I'm just getting out there. I'm just going to help people one person at a time and do what I can. When
Mm-hmm.
I got that message on Facebook, I said, "What?"
Wow. Wow.
Right? That's huge. So again, guys, don't think what you're doing is small. Don't think what you're doing is minuscule. You may be working at a minuscule level. You may be operating on a small level,
Mm-hmm.
but what you have to offer is big. Some of y'all are bringing families together. Some of y'all are putting extra money in people's bank accounts. Some of you are offering a product that's just making women look good every day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's not small. I'm
Nope.
mother of 5 children. My body don't look like it was before I met
Mine
my
is neither,
husband.
girl.
It's beyond. Sometimes I look at a picture, I'm like, who's that? Is that my cousin? No,
I'm
that's
like,
me. That's me.
yeah.
And back then I thought I was like this big old fat bubbled up girl. And I'm like,
Girl,
I
come
want to
on.
go on the size 12 again.
Yes,
I
child.
wait, if I get and listen, I got on the floor today to honey. I had to slide against this wall and like go down like this. I can't even go down on the floor like a normal person. Honey. The kids was like, "Mom, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did this thing." I'm a fall. Like I can't even. I gotta have something, behind me. Give
Yes,
me some
yes.
resistance here. And to get back up is even worse, honey. I gotta like roll over and lock my knees together and get.
Don't
But
feel
it's
bad,
like
girl. Same
your
here.
journey is your journey, right?
It
But
is.
it's like, look how far all of you have came in life. Like it's about the journey. We gotta enjoy the journey
That's
because
it.
you'll get to your destination. But smile, be
Yeah.
happy. When people see you, they gotta be like, "Oh my God, you know, Miss Leslie, woo, girl, she just lit the room up."
Mm-hmm.
Tamika, she just, oh my gosh, she just lights it up.
Right. Right.
Diane always has something to share. Twonta has always has something to offer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, be a woman of influence because you are influential. But you
Yeah.
got to have that talk with God. You got to have that relationship with God. Because
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you guys something. The higher you get, there's a bullseye on your back. The
Mm.
devil's always going to be coming for you. That's never going to stop, right? But you got to build up that armor, right?
Yeah.
And walk your path.
That's it.
Write down a plan. I always tell my clients, put your paper on paper. I got that from my very first coach. And enjoy the journey. I'm sorry, y'all. That's Tori screaming and hollering.
It's all right.
But yeah, go ahead, Tawata.
Yeah, and again, again, it's about your commitment of learning because you are always growing, you are always changing, right? And you need to acknowledge that. Yeah, you know what? 5 years ago, my mindset was so off, but now I see the growth in me. I see how I'm more able to make decisions and stand on it now, because now I know who I am. I know my morals. I know how it's going to better me. You know what I mean? So yeah, and of course, the relationship with God, He helps you get to that development, to get to that stage of life, because there's things that He has inside of you that He is ready to birth out of you. And when that time comes, you will know how to handle that thing. You will know how to run with it, right? You will know how to, really stand strong on the morals that you have built up collectively down through the years, and people will respect that more. People will appreciate that more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, definitely continue to build that relationship with God. Continue to could talk to Him through the course of your day, and help Him to really strengthen more in your morals too. Because again, we being challenged, we being tested through the course of the day and through the course of our life. And sometimes we start to debate whether or not if we should continue on doing the things. Should we stay committed
Is
to
that
the?
my niece?
Yeah, that's your niece.
Hi, boo. You just came from work. They
Hey,
right over here, honey.
I'm good. How are you?
You looking gorgeous, honey.
Thank you.
How
I'm
you
really
doing?
tired, but thank
Girl,
you.
you look exhausted. Don't let them work you too hard. Mm-mm.
She coming from
Um,
practice. She didn't
yeah,
work
Oh,
tonight.
I work tomorrow.
oh, you came from, okay, that's understandable. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
You
so
had
she's been to
fun?
school all day.
Yeah, I've had fun. I'm just like vocally I'm tired because I've been singing all day.
All
But
right, go take a shower, honey. Wash up and get to bed, honey.
I've
All
been
right. Night night.
nah nah.
Oh, she's so pretty. Oh,
Yeah,
Shauna.
that's my little snicker boo. That's
That
my little
is a sneakable, honey.
yes, honey. Yes. So let us go to our last point for
Let's
tonight.
go to the last part. I remember back in the day practice, honey. I wish I could go back to that. Like, oh, I need to go to practice.
Yeah, yeah, without even a sweat, honey. You be in school
Yes.
all day, just practicing and all of that. I've been there, done
Now
that.
I'm like, when we gonna leave? Like, I'm like, I can't be in this place too long, honey. I need to go.
Okay.
I need to go.
So our last point for the night, ladies, and what we
Respect
need to do to
yourself.
protect our morals is respect yourself. And I believe Tamika had posted that earlier.
Yes, she did.
Respect
She did
yourself.
post that in the chat.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
is so important, ladies. When it comes to your morals and your integrity of who you are, once you know who you really are and your woman in your womanhood, if that makes sense,
Yes.
you're gonna respect yourself at all costs. You're not gonna let
Right.
anybody, even yourself, disrespect yourself.
That's right. That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? And that is so important, and God can help you again to maintain order,
Yeah.
and not step out of order.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because everything has its own timing.
exactly. Everything has
Hmm.
its timing, everything, and it fits perfectly on his time. You know,
Hmm.
he knows exactly when to release you to the world, if that makes
Right.
sense. He
Right.
knows exactly when to keep you protected from, the vultures of
That's
life.
right. He
You
knows
know what
when
I'm
to elevate you.
saying? Exactly.
That's right. That's why you shouldn't compete with nobody else or try to, move faster in your business and life than you need to do. Let him
Yeah.
elevate you while you stay busy
Yeah.
doing what it is you need to do. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's so key to do that because here's the thing. The people that was challenging you years ago, whether you were in high school or even in college, here they find you on Facebook or any other social media platform, or even they may see you at church one day or whatever, 10
Right.
years, 20 years later, and they see you and they see how you are living. They,
Yeah.
and they just like, oh my gosh, look at you. And they see that you are married, you have a beautiful marriage, and you have beautiful kids, or you're a successful career, you're a CEO, and all that because you stood rooted and grounded to your integrity, to your morals, to your
Yep.
promises, and all these things. And now they look up to you, and it's like,
Hmm.
how I wish I had that willpower, how I wish I maintained order, how I wish I
Hmm.
said yes, and now I got this and I'm dealing with that because that yes from 20 years ago is now my harvest and it's giving me hell. Now, you know what I'm saying? And here
Yeah.
it is with you. And yeah, you got a story. Yeah, yeah, God got you looking all great and everything, but there's a story behind.
There's a story. You had to work for that. You know,
Yes.
I think one of the biggest things that we all need to pray for, especially as women, is God help me to maintain it. Because I've had
Yeah.
nice things and lost nice things. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though I prayed for that thing, I, I,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a life that could maintain it. See, we all want to
Mm-hmm.
be blessed. We all want to make a lot of money. We all want to have more joy. But can you maintain the joy? You
And you
get joy on
maintain.
Monday, but on Wednesday you curse somebody out.
Yeah.
So that dives
Yeah.
into respecting yourself is asking for God, whatever you give me, please help me to maintain it. Not just for today, but maintain it so that my children's children get to reap off of my work today. That my children's
Exactly.
children get to
That's
reap off
it.
of whatever I invest in today. That's maintenance. When
Exactly.
you see a family out there, honey, and they eating off of their great granddaddy,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
maintenance for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that means for me. It's not here today and going tomorrow. See, I don't want to be rich. I want to be wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
When you come across wealth, that's forever.
Yeah.
It's not just printing today and you don't see it anymore a year from now. And I've
Right.
seen that even within my own family. Got almost $500,000, and all of a sudden you see a year and a half from now it's gone. All they got is stuff.
Yes, Lord. Yep.
All they got is stuff. And they
Mm-hmm.
say, "Oh, I wish I would have did this, and I wish I would have did that. Shoulda, woulda, coulda." I ain't gonna be the shoulda, woulda, coulda girl anymore.
Nope.
Okay, I ain't gonna be on my obituary like, "Oh, she shoulda, woulda, coulda, woulda did this." So I want a whole. My obituary gonna be a big old book. And the pastor gonna say, "We ain't gonna go through all this stuff here, huh? We're just gonna get right down to the children, and then we're gonna be done and burn her up, you know, because I would be cremated." I told my kids that already. Don't put me in no ground. Okay, cremate me and spread me across Jones Beach. You know what I mean? Because I'm from Long Island. You know, you put me over there. Okay, but like I said, guys, ask God for maintenance. Because if y'all, I want the overflow, Lord. I want the overflow. Oh, if God gave you the overflow right now, you couldn't maintain it. You're gonna get people mad. You're gonna say, "Oh, why she didn't? Why?" See, sometimes once you get access to somebody's circle, you really get to see what it is, the
Yeah.
chaos that they have. Everybody out there in the world is gonna tell you all the things and the greatness on the front end. But some of y'all know once you get access to something, you're like, "Wait, this person ain't got all this together." This, ooh.
Yeah.
See, they got the overflow, but they can't maintain the
You
overflow.
couldn't maintain
So
it.
know that through respecting yourself, like we said, everything happens in its own timing.
Its own timing.
Everything happens in its own alignment.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you gotta say, "God, wherever step I go, wherever elevation you give me, I want to maintain that elevation. So I'm not rising up and then going 2 notches down and getting high and go 2 notches back. That's crazy, right? That gets you
Absolutely.
depressed, gets you stressed out, and all these things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But respect where you're at today, guys.
That's it.
Respect that. Love it. Enjoy it. Speak
And
all over the world.
mm-hmm.
Okay? Do
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, because when you do that, you know, you're blessing someone else.
Yeah.
You helping someone else because again, they're going through that same trial that you once went through.
That's right.
And
Mm-hmm.
you could go ahead and speak the truth about, yeah, I was
Tell it.
challenged about morals and my integrity, but I stood my ground.
You
So
stood your ground.
now, y'all, if you just hang tight, you know, and don't let go, I'm telling you, your reward, your harvest is going to be so outstanding, and
So
your kids
amazing.
are going to be blessed by that. Your
Yeah.
your kids going to be blessed by that
Let's buy
because
it. Let them be.
rooted and grounded on your morals.
That's it. That's
Right?
it.
Because you respect yourself so much more
Mm-hmm.
than what the world has to offer. You know,
Yep.
because all the world wants to do is just prostitute you. That's
Yep.
it.
That's right. That's right. They want to bar you today and, not see you any more tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's why the Bible says be respect. Was it be respect of no man? Don't look at somebody who's doing great things in your mind. And they're further ahead and think, "Oh my God, that person's so amazing." They're a person just like you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all
Absolutely.
practically on the same level.
Mhm.
And if you become more consistent, you be even beyond them. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, respect
Yeah.
where you're at, ladies. Stop
Please do.
comparing yourself to other people.
Yeah.
You
And that's
know,
still going on. Believe it or
it
not.
always
That
is
is
going on.
still
There's women
happening.
dying today because they're trying to get all these surgeries and they're going into debt because they want to, look like the next Kardashian and all these other things. When you're fine, I see some old pictures of people sometimes like, why did you get all that? I mean, everybody can do what they want, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, sometimes social media is such social media is an influential platform because depending on who you're looking at and who you're following and what content you see, it can influence you to do things in your life that you don't need or want or even want to consider to get it, So you got to really, like what Twonta was saying earlier, guys, you have to guard your mind. You have to say,
Mm-hmm.
well, that may be right for them, but I ain't doing that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That may be your strategy, but I'm working on God's timing and still
Yeah.
staying busy. So I just run straight into my success. I'm not trying to
Exactly.
get this and that so I can rob Peter to pay Paul just
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
sustain a lifestyle. And
Right.
God has given me, this ability because of all the experiences I went to know when somebody's like giving me a bunch of crap. I'm like, okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
Absolutely.
and that's what that sight beyond sight comes from. So
Absolutely.
respect
And
yourself.
I'm glad you said that about, people will challenge you. You know, they challenge you, your mind, your thinking, and
Yes.
all of those things. And they like, and you like, you're so proud of your convictions that you did
Right.
not weaken down
Right.
to satisfy the rest of those people. You
Right.
know, like, you could do whatever you want. I'm still going to stand to
I'm
my
still going to stand tall.
yeah.
Yeah. Stand in my, in what I'm
Go
doing.
ahead and be with your man and do whatever. And I'm listen, I know what I'm saying, because even in grad school, I shared, you know, because I lived in Baltimore, and you know, if anybody's familiar with Baltimore's housing, like they call row houses, you
Uh-huh.
know, so they're like right next to each other. So you
Right.
hear neighbors, you can hear.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
that. So, you know, my suite mates back in the day, you know, one of them had her man over.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was knocking the boots, but it ain't
Yes.
with no boot. It was
Yes. But
knocking.
that was her. But you was like, that's not going to be me.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
and like you said, people can do whatever you want, but going back to the morals part, you know, morals are, you know, what you stand for. They're your values, you
Yes.
know,
Exactly.
they're what you live by.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is. It's like you have the power to
It's
design
your
the life
choice.
that you want, the choices that you want to make, you
Yeah.
know? And I get it, you know, sometimes and we go through this as women where we have that conflict of this is how I was raised versus this is what I want to
Mm-hmm.
do, you know? But we
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, we got to do what we need to do to make ourselves happy, you know?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. So these are our 4 points that we wanted
Yeah.
to share with you tonight. And I hope this really blessed you ladies to help
Yes.
remind you, to keep reminding you to stand grounded and rooted to your morals, whatever they may be.
Whatever it is.
You know, we are going to be entering into a new season, a new year. And I know some of you probably already prepping or planning, or already have jotted down the things that you want different to take place come January 1st. So
That's right.
that's going to require some changes, or it may, you know, you may continue to stand rooted on your morals, but don't give up on that. Don't weaken
So,
on it. Don't dare negotiate. Don't put yourself on sale like that. That's not who
mm-mm,
you are. That is
mm-mm.
not who you are. Very, very valuable, expensive woman. They
That's
can't
right.
afford you, baby. They can't afford me. They can't afford Leticia, honey. Okay, we
Can
just
do it. And you're a
hey,
woman of influence. Each and every one of you guys are a woman of influence. So
yes,
I
yes.
forgot to mention earlier that, you know, this live is just the start, guys. We have something we call an afterglow that we do right after tonight's show. So
Mhm.
Therese has been nicely putting the Zoom link in the chat for you guys. So right after we're done with this, we're about to step into what's news. But right after we're done with what's news, we want you guys to, we want to invite each and every one of you to join us for the afterglow. Join us there because we really dive deep into the topics and we really talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. It's also not recorded, so you don't have to worry about having your hair nice and done and your background all pretty. You don't have to have your camera on or nothing like that, right, Twonta?
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a place that we just recap on what we talked about tonight, and then we also, you know, talk a bit about anything or whatever. And we don't
right.
stay on that long, of course. I
No,
won't be on in tonight, unfortunately.
yep.
I'm sorry, because I
Y'all
have
with me?
yeah, I have homework, y'all, and that's why I was just coming from class. That's why I was coming in so
Yes,
late. You know,
yes.
I got work to do, and I gotta be committed to that. But you
That's
know, but
right.
it is a place to have fun, to reconnect, to just, you know, and just talk about what you heard tonight and share
Yes,
your heart.
how it helped you. And
Yeah,
bring a friend if you
absolutely.
like as well. Yep. So let's get into
So,
what's news.
yeah,
What
what
we
we
talking
got
about
for
today?
news? Yeah. So we have any what's news articles? Oh, this is awesome. So this is a beautiful queen here that creates
OMG.
bounceless sports bra for women with full of
Baby, I am like, I need a new bra. Like, I'm just going to throw it out there. I
Michelle, when
do.
we come. You
I have a lot of bounce. I do. And no matter what type of bra I get, it could be the cross, you know, chest bra, whatever. Them things be bouncing. So I will definitely be trying her out.
wait, I don't even see that article in our page in here, but I want to dap on that. Get
Yes. How
out of here.
many of y'all need a bounceless sports bra? Type me in the
Come
chat. Okay.
on. That is something. Are you
See,
serious?
this is why people need to stop saying nobody wants to buy my stuff. I mean, people are literally selling anything under the damn sun, honey. This woman is like, you know what? There's bras out there, but I'll make a bounceless one.
Can you read it?
Ooh,
Can you read it on your end, Tisha?
I
As what this
actually,
is?
I have my laptop.
I don't,
Yeah, I
because
have,
it's not in our group thing. The
yeah.
article.
Trees put it in the chat for us so we can pull it up. Twanta could pull it up on her end.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
this
she just
is
added it.
amazing.
Yeah, Trees just added it to Voxer.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I got it.
yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna
me.
read it up for you guys. Want to get the what's news on the what's news on the what's news.
Oh wow, they said, ladies, the struggle is real, honey.
Yes, honey. For our breasts, honey, our
Oh
breasts.
my gosh, when it comes to keeping things in place while working out. But this black entrepreneur, she's an entrepreneur,
And
ladies.
she's pretty too.
Yeah, she got you covered. Her name is Chantel Lott. That's Lott, a former track athlete.
Ooh.
Found, she founded Bounceless activewear for fuller
Uh-huh.
bust women to provide. Oh, there we go. To provide complete chest support as they work out and stay active.
Oh, cool.
Yes. And she said during her senior year as a collegiate athlete, she decided she was going to design a sports bra with no fashion experience. She don't have any fashion background.
Yep, amen.
Said I knew that I wanted to continue to be physically active and needed a sports bra to do so. Oh my goodness. So Bounceless is an activewear brand for fuller bust women, C cup and larger, who want to work out without the distraction of the bounce. We understand
Yes.
this undeserved population needs support in order to engage in the physical activities of their choice, and we want to be able to meet their bounce reduction needs. This
Ooh,
is awesome.
that's
So,
amazing.
according to, I think it says Indie, what is it? Indiegogo, the bounceless control patented sports bra was designed to eliminate pain, right? And
Mm,
so the
wow.
sports bra is $85. It's made of moisture wicking fabric that contains 70% nylon and 30% spandex interlocking fabric, adjustable
Oh,
and an optional elastic breast band are provided for women to choose their comfort level for support.
oh, that's good.
So this is very informative. This is a very informative article because, ladies, not even just for women who are active in the gym, but women in, you may be do active in other things. You know what I'm saying? That may require you to move a little bit more than you need to, and sometimes that could be a distraction, and it can be painful for some that are very heavy chested. This is awesome.
Yep.
You go to the mall right now to try to find a sports bra for you. Come on with it. Come on.
I wear sports bras like all the time. Like people think, oh, I'm not going to work out anytime soon, so I don't need it. But a lot of times you can be running errands in and out,
Yeah.
so having that, extra support is important,
Right.
especially when you're chasing behind the children. Yeah, especially when you're chasing behind the children.
Wow, this is awesome. Oh my goodness. Y'all definitely need to share this, pass this along to your news feed, so other women can be aware of this. Because again, this is something I never, I never even thought about something like this. But this is a great idea for those women that are going back into the gym, and
Yep.
and they don't, and now they won't feel so insecure.
Right. Right.
They
Right.
won't feel insecure about when they doing jumping jacks and, or the burpees or anything like that, because that does require bouncing and all of that,
Right.
everything is in, it won't be bouncing up in their face and,
Right. You're right. My daughter, she's 12, but
uh-huh.
she's developed, honey. And I'm thinking about, maybe seeing if they have her size, because even for young girls, I mean, it's
Yeah.
hard going
Yeah.
to gym, and they have gym every day now. So definitely for her, so she don't have to feel uncomfortable. So it's good if y'all have young teenagers that's just overly developed, and
Right.
grabbing that for them. Yeah.
And I believe she has an Instagram account. It's not really showing here on my thing,
Oh
but
no.
I believe yeah, this she does have an Instagram account. I'm gonna see if I can try to go on there real quick before we move on to the next one.
And thank you so much, Tamika. You have requested to join our Sister Connection tribe, our group, which is a free tribe we have. I just added you, Mama. You're in. Thank
Awesome.
you so all love.
So yeah, she says she's motivated every day to continue to make Bounceless a leader in the activewear industry because of the feedback and comments she's received from women, hearing their stories of how they have struggled to find a supportive sports bra, and then
Yes, it's a struggle.
how confident they feel, as well. Um, let me find it. This went. Oh, I hate when it does that. But yeah, if you get a chance, just go ahead and read this thing here.
Yeah,
Oh
check
yeah,
it out.
find a supportive sports bra, and then hearing how confident they feel in our in ours, how they feel confident in their sport, in their sports bra, reminds me that this is bigger than myself.
Hmm.
This is bigger than herself. So the 2022 plans for the company includes a bounce reduction study with the University of Houston, and I don't see the rest of it, but you guys get a chance to go ahead and read more in depth on this. Again, check her out on Instagram, because that means she has an account, and she definitely is advertising and promoting the sports bras. They may come in different shapes, different colors and stuff like that. $85. Okay, I think it's a fair deal because of what they put in. You know, this is a great product because it won't sweat you out, as well. And I mean, that's just good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, hey Marilyn.
Hi, honey bunny.
Okay.
Oh, Wednesday night Bible study. Awesome. Yep, gotta go to Bible study.
Yeah. So
Love
yeah.
that.
So check that out. This is great. Do you have another one? I thought she said she had another one, another article for us tonight before we head on over to the afterglow.
Afterglow for the after show.
Is there another one? I
I'm
thought
not sure. I think she's gonna post it.
yeah, there is. There's one more. Look at these babies. Oh my god.
OMG.
Look at
What did
this.
it do? What is it? Built over.
This is 12-year-old New York boy uses allowance to buy Nikes for friend bullied over dirty shoes.
Oh my God. That he bought it for a friend?
Yes.
Oh, that is so nice.
His allowance money. He used his allowance money
Oh,
to buy a pair of new shoes for his friend. His
that's
name
a
is
giver.
Romello Early, who is also known as Mello, said he was tired of
Mellow.
his friend Melvin Anderson, who is also
Melvin.
being bullied at their school in Buffalo over his sneakers.
Oh wow. Kids are so brutal.
Beautiful. Early called his mother one day after class at the Buffalo Creek Academy Charter School, and he was in
Oh,
tears. Early told his mom that his
oh,
friend was being bullied over having muddy sneakers. Both boys are seventh graders at the school. Early's mom, Anita James, said that when she returned home from work, the two discussed the situation further, and her son
mhm.
asked if he could either use his allowance or a future Christmas present to
Oh
pay.
my God.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's a blessing, honey.
That is so beautiful. A child
And that
doing
boy better always remember that.
that is so cool. And that same evening, James took her son shopping, and he bought his friend a pair of $135 Nike Dunks with the money he saved from his allowance.
Wow.
He did good. $135. He saved
Random
that.
acts of kindness. That's really nice.
It really, really is. That
Because
is what
that
it
means
is.
ain't cheap, honey.
Come on.
It's not
This is
cheap.
beautiful. No, they're not. No, they're not.
It's a
Wow.
little
You
coin. It's a
guys
coin.
read this article. I mean, it takes a child to really wake us adults up to really start doing that random acts of kindness
That's
for
right.
people. because we get a little beside ourselves sometimes, and we just like, well, what about me? What about me? What
What
about
about
me?
me? What about me?
Okay, but this little boy, he's like, I'm gonna do something for him, because we don't know the story of what this little baby had to go through, why he came to school with muddy, dirty shoes or whatever. We don't know the hardship of what's,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
and not saying that he and his mom don't have it all glitz and glam. They might be going through too. But this young boy saved his money. He's been saving his change. And I
Yeah.
don't know how much his allowance is, because I didn't read the whole article, so you guys get a chance to do it on your own. But whatever
Right.
he's been receiving, he was very diligent with it.
Yeah.
And he didn't touch it. And I'm glad he didn't, because it was served for a purpose such as
That's
this.
right. This is that. Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful? I love
I
this.
like that. I think definitely, you know, building the children up to really, pour into other people, the right people, obviously. I think that is very healthy. I think that's very good. That
Yes.
we're in a world today where everyone's in need. I mean, come on. Prices are going up, gas is high, groceries, honey.
Ooh,
I'm talking
girl,
about
it
like
is a hot mess
it's
now,
a
and
lot. So
even the
parents have to
turkey's
all
expensive.
consolidate. Yeah.
Child,
Groceries prices are
turkeys are
crazy.
getting a little high now. They getting a little
Turkeys are super
high.
high, honey. I'm trying to go in and just sift through the thing to find the cheapest turkey.
I know, right?
Lord Jesus, all for one day. It's like a lot, a lot, a lot. So, obviously, the way the world is, we hope it gets better, but it doesn't look like it right now. So, the fact that this young man blessed this person, and like you said, you don't know what's going on in his family situation. He may have like 6 other siblings, and the
Exactly.
parents are doing what they can. I definitely don't, look
And
bad
like
at the
a
parents
single
for not
mom, yeah, it could be
being
a
able
single
to get
mom.
him those sneakers, but things are very costly. How many of y'all been to the grocery store lately? How many of y'all been to the gas pump, honey, when you're like, Lord Jesus, this is too much.
Child,
Too
a pack of
much.
pork chops, like 6 of
Pork
them.
chops,
It was like
shrimp,
$10.
salmon. You talking about $25 for just a half? Like you like the half, like a quarter cut of salmon. I'm like,
And
dang.
that's not even a specialty market, by the way.
No,
That's just the
no.
regular, Kroger's,
Yeah,
whatever your grocery store is. It's ridiculous. It's
it's a
just,
lot.
oh my God. So yeah, our church just sent a post today about where we can get free turkeys and stuff like that, and we
Right.
get 2 days to get the order in and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, Mr.
My
Jones.
church doing the same thing, and the school is. I won a free turkey last year, so I was happy about that.
Oh, that's
But yeah,
awesome.
I think they just gave it to me because they're like, oh, she got 5 kids. Let's just give her. I don't even think. I didn't even know about the raffle. I didn't sign up for the raffle. Like, you won a free turkey. I'm like, all right, I'll come to get it for school
Come
today.
on.
So I was definitely blessed. So hopefully this year I get the same
Yeah.
blessing. But if I don't, they can bless another family because I can, get a turkey. But child, listen, I got 5 kids. Anytime you want to drop stuff off, except clothes, I don't need no more clothes for the kids. We got tons of clothes and tons of toys. I don't need any more clothes. No, I'm trying to get rid of some of these clothes, honey. Got
Yes,
so much
honey.
clothes and toys
Put it
back
on
here.
eBay. A lot of these
eBay?
families.
Yeah, I'll put
Yeah.
the clothes on eBay, but not the toys, because the Barbies are missing arms and legs. And nobody gonna buy it. Nobody gonna buy it. No, no, no. The little video games, the CDs all scratched up. I can't find a case to all of them, so they're
Yeah.
just gonna go in the recycle.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh,
Yes. All right,
Barbie.
y'all.
Oh,
So
Barbie.
self-care. Don't forget, make sure y'all sign up for that.
Ooh,
Okay.
yes,
Um,
yes.
it's going to be this next weekend. Next weekend, that's when we're going to do self care. But again, don't drag your feet, honey. This week is the deadline,
Sign
so
up
sign up.
tonight. Sign up tonight. Like I said,
Sign
I'm
up.
going to be in the Afterglow, but I'm telling you now, sign up tonight, ladies. No later than this weekend to get that thing in. Okay. So I could have it shipped to you, and you have it before next
I
Friday.
got to have it.
Yeah,
Yes.
before
And
Friday.
I'm going to open up the Zoom room. So those of you who are watching now, head on over to our Zoom for our afterglow. I believe Therese already added it. The password is sister. If you're asked to put in a password, just type in the word sister, all lowercase, and
Yeah.
I will add you in. Okay. Any of you guys can come. Again, we dive more deeper into tonight's topic and we talk about whatever you guys want to discuss. Okay. So I
All
will see
right.
y'all on the Afterglow. See us all, Therese. Bye guys. See y'all next week.